Can you please be seated?
They didn't tell you? Okay. I'm a big surprise. I'm a big surprise.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Mr. Thomas?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
We got Douglas McGee here.
Good morning.
We gave the state some information on the case, and the state, I think, is in another courtroom right now, but she asked if we could put this on for the April pretrial for her to look at the documents that I gave her to consider a diversion for this gentleman.
Sure. That would be April 15th?
Okay,
I
tax
think-
day.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. Tax court, sounds like a good time. All right, Mr. McGee, I'll see you back on April 15th, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Gilbert? Oh, Mr. Thomas, you actually have one more, sir. I'm sorry, Mr.
The
Gilbert.
Mortimer case, I think that's been resolved with the plea being finally sent in. We sent it back over there to the rehab facility. The fifth
yeah.
page was initialed, even though there wasn't anything on it, and then we tried to file it back.
I,
Sent it back to the state for filing.
Your Honor, my notes say a written plea was signed on 2/26. I can double
Okay,
check.
I
really
do
quickly.
see it, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
that's okay. All right, so she's good. Written plea signed 2/26.
Thank you for working with me on that.
Oh, absolutely, thank you. All right, Mr. Gilbert?
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
First case is Lindsay Shellen in 25 CT 2012. May I approach?
Yes. Thank you. Got a written plea. Michelle, do you have the QR code for her?
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I think we probably have one at the office. I'll send it to her.
Okay, she has 24 hours to get signed up, so if you could just let her know.
Yes, will do. Next case is Alexei Saganov. It starts with a T-S-Y. It's a Russian spelling. It's in 25 CT 2382, and 2383, I believe, has been consolidated into it. We've resolved discovery issues. There's some collateral issues that I need to work out. We request a continuance.
Okay, so 4:15,
Thank you, Your Honor, and that's all I have this morning.
do you agree?
I was gonna ask about the speeding ticket for this, place. There's a 66 and a 40.
Lindsay Shellen was the written plea agreement?
Yes.
The court will merge and dismiss any speeding tickets that have come through.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You have a good.
Ms. Dudley?
Good morning.
Good morning.
The first one I have is Jonathan McDaniel in 25 CT 2206, 25 TR 11122, 25 TR 11123. And I ask for a continuance to file a motion to suppress.
Okay. Yes, 4:15.
And next I have is William Quimby, 25 CT 2013. I've asked the state to look at this one. I also have a motion to suppress this out of jurisdiction, or to stop outside of jurisdiction. So I ask for continuance on that.
State, if you object, just jump up and shout out. If not, I'm just going to assume you're good.
Works for me.
Okay, April 15th.
And next I have is Felicia Thomas in 25 CT 807. I filed a motion to suppress this morning. I would ask for that it be continued or set for hearing.
So I'll go to 4:15, you got to set those.
Yes, sir.
Set
Yes,
those
ma'am.
through shared.
Sure.
I apologize, Judge. Who was that?
Felicia
Thomas.
Thomas? Thank you.
And the next I have is Thomas Stipler in 25 CT 2280 and 25 CT 2282. And I asked the state to look at this. The previous prosecutor did look at it, but now they need to look at it. I would ask for continuance. There's a motion, but they want to look at it before I file the motion.
4:15.
And I believe that's all I have.
Yes.
Yep, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Durrell, it's not here right this second. Mr. Heath? Mr. Webb?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
If I may, I've got 2 cases on your docket. The first case is Mason O'Daniel, in this case 2025-3301, and Mr. O'Daniel is present before the court. Your Honor, we had hoped to resolve this today, but we're going to request a continuance. I turned over a witness yesterday evening late, and so we need just a little more time.
Do you need me to do the full continuance, or could I set it for jury docket?
What are those dates, Your Honor, if I may?
4:15 is the full continuance, but if it's just a matter of talking to one witness, 3:25 would be the.
Let's do 4:15, if you don't
Okay.
mind.
Okay, 4:15?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll see you back next month.
All right, Your Honor, the next case I have is Brandon Stutzman, case 2026-255. And Your Honor, Mr. Stutzman's present before the court. Your Honor, I'm requesting a continuance on this case. We're still working our way through the discovery and some mitigation on this matter.
That's a new one, too. Okay, I'll see you back April 15th. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. I have nothing further before the court, if I may be excused.
Yes, yes, you may.
All right, good to see you, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Dees?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
I have Rachel Huff Spencer, 24 CT 1476, but she was not showing on your docket, but was showing with probation to be due in court. So we are here this morning
Okay.
for a violation of probation. I believe she's completed everything on probation. I believe the state had an announcement with respect to the violation.
Can I just have the case number, please?
Sure, it's 24 CT 1476.
24 CT 1476?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
JCS, that is correct, that she has completed everything?
Yes.
All right. Your Honor, the state will dismiss the VOP in case 24 CT 1476 for successful completion. So revoke and terminate probation successfully.
Well, I'll dismiss the VOP and then just terminate successfully.
Yeah,
No
sorry.
revoking. So you're good to go. Thank
Judge.
you.
Appreciate
Is
it.
that it?
Yes, were you showing her on the docket? I was just
Actually, I didn't
curious.
know on the docket.
'Cause
I do have John Pearson.
John Pearson?
Patterson?
Patterson, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I believe the court, I believe that fell off last week. I believe the court finally signed the order on that. I think you got it late. But we had that one falling off, and then we couldn't find the Spencer on the website, so it was a little confusing to us. Mr. Patterson, I believe we had filed a written plea agreement
Don't show it in there yet.
before last cycle. I think it was just late getting to the court. We had located it through Ms. Rosenthal earlier last week, and I believe she was able to get in front of Your Honor.
I've signed everything I have, so.
I don't see it yet. I'm trying to double check.
Your Honor, I see a written plea agreement for Mr. Patterson was signed by Your Honor on 3/16.
Okay, so we just may not have it yet.
Okay, so do you want me to, what do you want me to do, Angie?
That's, if I'm assuming if it's coming, that's fine.
Okay, so I'll just put written plea agreement signed to 3/16.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Good seeing
Thanks.
you.
Mr. Patel et al. He's covering for a bunch of people
It
too.
appears everyone's on vacation except for me.
And me?
Us.
Us, that's right. You just got back.
We can do mine first. First, Jay Patel on behalf of Guillermo Lizardo, 25 CT 1680, 25 CT 1681. We have a motion to suppress set for 326. If we can set this for 415.
Okay, 4:15.
Next, Jay Patel on behalf of Ronald Warren, 25 CT 2103.
Say that last time again.
Warren,
Thank you.
W-A-R-R-E-N.
Got it?
If we can continue this, apparently the state is sent me a notice of intent to issue a subpoena for medical records. We've objected within the 10-day period, so that would need to be set for hearing so they can show you relevance.
Okay,
So if we can set this for 415.
yep.
Next, Jay Patel on behalf of Kylene Nguyen, NYUGEN 25mm3229. I've not received the videos on this case, but then and I've spoken to Ms. Sharpless, and it appears to me that there's an affidavit from the hotel manager that's missing, and so I'd ask that this be set to 4:15.
Okay, 4:15.
Next, Jay Patel on behalf of Natalie Morgan, 25mm3259. We recently got a pretrial diversion offer. If I can set that for 4:15, and hopefully it'll be off the docket before then.
Natalie Morgan, 4:15.
Next, Jay Patel on behalf of Christopher Rosnick, Rosnick. This is a new case. We have not received the videos yet, so we can continue that.
4:15.
Okay. Mr. Keach has, I'm presuming the last name is Lewis, first name Laakea. Is that what you have, Judge?
What, no, who, what?
The last name could be Laakea.
I think it's.
Your Honor, it's Louis on my docket, I believe.
Mine too.
Louis?
Yes, Your Honor.
In a two first names potentially situation.
Oh, I got it. Okay, yes.
If he would, he's asking to set this for review without subpoenas.
3:25 without?
Next, Ms. Oberliesen, her client's last name is Odom, first name is Sarah, 25 CT 1752. She's asking for 4:15, says that there is a dispositive motion set for 3:25.
Okay, 4:15.
And then Mr. Browning, I'm going to say the whole name, and I don't know how it pops up on the docket.
Okay.
Abigail Rosalina Ortega Nevarez.
Got it?
All right. He is ready for trial on both of those cases. He has asked me to put on the record that there's a cell phone video that's referenced in the report that he would like to have in advance of trial. But
Do you know which case that's in? Probably not. Battery or
I
petty?
think it's the battery one.
Can you make that note? That he is missing a cell phone video in 26mm39?
I spoke to Ms. Sharpless and indicated the same to
Or
her.
is she in Reed's?
I believe so.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go to 4:15 with the, looking for video.
He definitely wants it set for trial.
Right, but in May is what it says. Do you want it set for trial in April?
No, like in 2 weeks.
So, okay, so 3:25 with subpoenas.
Yes.
I'm sorry, my note says set for trial in May. And we're setting both of them for trial?
Yes.
Got it.
I just wanted to touch it, and I just wanted to let you
Yeah,
know.
we're good, thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so that, both of those are set for trial with subpoenas.
I believe that's everything all of us have on the docket.
I have a lot to down.
All of the rest of Mr. Browning's cases were continued by order to April 15th.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
May I be excused?
You may.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Merrifield?
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
First case I have, Brandy Merrifield on behalf of Sohee Lee. It's 26mm265. There's a waiver on file. It's the first time up. I just received discovery pretty late Friday night, so I'm requesting to set this for the 4:15 pretrial.
4:15?
And then I have Lopez Rincon. It should be under Lopez, hyphenated name. 26mm180. Waiver on file, first time up. Similar situation, just received discovery late Friday night, asking for 4:15.
4:15?
Then I have Daniel Rojas, 25 MM 3238. Had quite a bit of discussion with the prosecutor on this one. We do have some complications in this case. The listed victim requires a translator. I'm having her review the case for a possible deposition based on some information that I've received. So I am asking to continue it to 4:15. ASA Gearing is going to get back with me. If not, then we're going to go ahead and set that for a motion hearing so that the court can make a determination and get a deposition set pretty quick.
Okay, and that's the kind of motion I could hear on like a thing like today. It doesn't have to be on a
Perfect.
miscellaneous.
Wonderful, Judge. Thank you. And still reach out to Ms. Rosenthal for that.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, wonderful. Then I have Philip Russ, 25 CT 2136, waiver on file. It's the second time up for Mr. Russ. He's being evaluated by vet court. Essentially, he has undergone the first evaluation. He has had a little bit of difficulty getting in touch with the second part of the evaluation, which I'll address at vet court. So I am asking to continue that one.
You want me to just put it on that vet court docket?
I was going to ask you, given the backlog, if the court would be comfortable moving him to the vet court docket. I think that will ultimately be the result. We just have to get through this process.
Let's go 4:15 for now,
Okay,
but we'll talk about it on the 26th, and I can always move it at that time.
wonderful. And then the last one I should have is Caleb White, 26 CT 283, first time up, waiver on file, asking for 4:15. I believe I now have received all of the discovery and just got some clarification on the offer, so I need a little bit more time.
4:15 on Mr. White.
That should be all that I have? All right,
Yes.
sounds good. Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Reed?
Hi, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
All right. Okay, Cassie Reed, on behalf of, the first case I have is Robinson Capion Paraday, 25 mm 1414 and 25 mm 2400. There is a waiver of appearance on file. Your Honor, we have a stand your ground motion set in the 25 mm 1414 for 326. I spoke to Ms. Burns yesterday. Prior to the 26th, her and I are going to meet in person to discuss a potential resolution in lieu of hearing. But we are set for 326 for the stand your ground motion, and the 25 mm 2400 case is tracking along with the 1414 case.
Okay, so let's just leave them both set for March 26th.
Okay. Sounds good. Next.
No, it's March 26th at 1:30. It's a miscellaneous.
Oh,
At 1:30. At 1:30, okay. The next case I have is Joseph Matthew D'Olive. I spoke to Ms. Burns about this. This is a driving on suspended license, which triggered a VOP on his supervision. There's been a lot of complication with the application sent to the Bureau of Administrative Review. Ms. Burns and I'm going to send her all of the applications that we have sent. She is okay with a 2-cycle continuance because I think at that point I will have all of the applications that I have sent to the Bureau of Administrative Review to Ms. Burns for review, and I believe my client will have his hardship license at that point in time.
So May 13th?
May 13th, yes.
Is the VOP here?
When I pulled the docket yesterday, I did not see it on the court's docket.
But has he been served?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I was at that first appearance.
Do you know that?
I may need to do an order of reassignment, I'm not sure.
Okay. Just
I'll look
double
into
check
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll look into that. Okay, and then I have Franklin Maldonado Diaz, and that's 25 CT 361, waiver of appearance on file. We are setting this for plea or continue on docket day. There is some reciprocal discovery that I provided to the state this morning. I received it late last evening. I will be formally filing it, but I believe we will have a likely resolution on docket day.
You sure I don't have that? Maldonado Diaz? Yes. Okay, so 325 without?
Yes, Your Honor.
No. Plea or continue, yes, without.
Okay. And then, let's see, I've done that one.
How about
And
Paul
then
Howard?
Paul Howard, we are set for a motion to compel on 326. Ms. Sharpless and I did discuss at length yesterday this case. I I'm hoping it will be resolved before the 26th.
Okay, so I'll go to 4:15.
With us coming back for the 326 motion to compel. Okay. And then last but most certainly not least, I have Jake Edward Maurer, and that's 26MM99, waiver of appearances on file. I have not received discovery. Ms. Sharpless did tell me she received stuff, I believe, last night that still has not been sent to me. So I am asking for a continuance, and I'd ask that continuance be charged to the state.
Anything?
Your Honor, all I see is that we need to get that discovery to Ms. Reed.
That continuance will be charged to the state.
Okay. And also on Mr. Frank Nasser Martinez, I do have 25 TR 6906 on the court's docket, which if we could put that on the docket day, 325 without, so I think that's what, yes. Oh, nope, I haven't even addressed that case, I'm sorry. Frank Ariel Nasser Martinez, 25 CT 1400, 25 TR 6906. Waiver of appearance is on file, and I'm asking that that case be set for plea or trial.
325 with subpoenas?
And I believe that concludes my business. Is that correct, Madam Clerk? Okay. May I be excused?
You may, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Y'all have a nice day.
Mr. Flowers?
Your Honor, good morning.
Good morning.
Your Honor, the first case, I think, that appears is McCool, 25 CT 2230.
Okay.
Judge, we believe that's going to be either disposed of at docket day or vet court, and I think the state's still looking at that, if I'm not mistaken. Does that sound accurate?
Yes.
What do our notes say?
Yep.
So 325 without subpoenas?
Yes.
Okay.
Next matter is James Wilson, 25 MM 2268. I'm asking for 225 without subpoenas. We anticipate it'll be disposed of that date, but we don't have an agreement yet.
But
I hold out hope.
We're hope 325 without?
Yes.
Okay.
Judge, next matter, 25 MM 2669.
What's the name?
Nguyen, Nguyen.
Got it?
Same date, Your Honor, we'll have a written, we'll have a written plea filed by then.
Okay.
He's on probation in another county.
No, he was transported as well, wasn't he?
I'll speak to him afterwards if you'll be.
You don't want to bring him out?
No, I'll go back there and speak to him, Judge.
Okay, so 325, you said without?
Without, Judge.
Okay.
Next is Clarence Ross. We believe that'll be a DPA, but it might not be, so if you set it for 225 without, it'll either be that or something else.
Clarence Ross will be 325
And
without?
Judge, there are two case numbers under Mr. Ross.
Yep.
2698. If you could let those track together.
Yes, sir.
Judge, there are two McCullough cases. They're husband and wife. Judge, we need to continue that when we anticipate a DPA, but because of medical reasons, they're not here right now.
You want to
Serious medical reasons.
Okay. Do you want to continue both
Yes.
to 325 without? Is that what you said?
Yes, that'll be fine, Judge. And the final thing that I'm covering today, Mr. Shaw represents in 25 CT 1473, Kirsten Robbins. And he's asking for 325 without.
Okay.
Judge, I
Also-
believe that's all I have, but
Let's
I'll ask the
confirm.
clerk to make sure.
It was 325 on that one.
It was without.
That's all I have, yes.
Yes, sir, you're good to go.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Stewart,
Good morning, Your Honor.
good morning.
May it please the court, Your Honor, Brad Stewart present. My first client on the court's docket is Ms. Tori Morris. Judge, this is 25 MM 3257. Judge, this is going to be a PTI. We just got the conditions from the state attorney's office. We can leave it on 325 without. We'll have everything filed for the court.
Okay, 325 without.
Your Honor, my next client is Charles Ann Nelson. This is 25 CT 2142. Judge, I do need one more continuance on this matter. I am working with an expert as it relates to the intox. I have 2 other documents to gather from FDLE. I understand that they are on the way. I anticipate this being resolved next cycle.
415.
Very good. Your Honor, that's all I have before the court.
Thank you so much. Mr. Dura?
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court, Dustin Durrell. Your Honor, first client I have today is Mr. Keontae Riggs. Mr. Riggs. We do have a written plea agreement, if I may approach now.
Great. Mr. Riggs, good morning. Raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you swear or affirm your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sure.
Put your hand down. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Keontae Riggs, March 14th, 1994.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication? Do you understand that by entering a plea, you give up all the rights contained in this written plea agreement? You've gone over this with your attorney. He's answered all your questions, and you're satisfied with his representation. And the parties stipulate to a factual basis.
Stipulate, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Riggs, I will accept your plea of no contest as freely and voluntarily entered. I will adjudicate you guilty and place you on probation. No, I'm sorry. I will withhold the adjudication and place you on probation for 6 months. During that time, you must pay court costs in the amount of $270, and the court will reserve jurisdiction over restitution for 60 days. That means the state has 60 days to give us a number. If you agree with that, pay it and you'll be done. If you do not agree with that, we'll have a restitution hearing where the court determines what's appropriate. Okay? If you would, sir, just go to that front row and probation will come meet with you to get started.
Your Honor, next I have a Sane Musgrove, 25 mm 2828. Requesting a continuance from Mr. Musgrove. Recently received discovery. Have not had a chance to review.
Here you go, Angie. Musgrove. Um, 415 for Mr. Musgrove.
Thank you, Your Honor. And the same for my next client, Your Honor, Ronnie Lopez. Requesting a continuance. Recently received discovery. Need a chance to review it.
Ronnie Lopez can also be 415.
And I believe that is all I have in front of Your Honor this morning.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Robert Solly. On behalf of Mr. McKevichus. Just so the record's clear about the name on the docket. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brad Bro from McKevichus Law. I have one case on the docket that's Mr. Lima Barrera,
Yeah.
24 CT 2741. And Your Honor, we just received some significant Brady information in this case. We were still investigating that, and it involves the lead investigating officer. I'm going to request a continuance to 415 on this one. I know it's one of the older cases on your docket, Judge, but it is significant, and I was hoping to talk to Ms. Sharpless before today, but I haven't had the opportunity yet.
Interesting. I assume it's this old because of the FTA?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. I will go to 415, but let's try to have that conversation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Great. Okay.
That's all I have, Judge.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Mr. Ballard?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
For the record, I've got 2 cases before you today. The first one's Jorge Pineda, 26 CT 256. I believe we reached an agreement with the state. Ms. Pineda will plead no contest and agree to a sentence with the state, adjudication of guilt, $300 fine.
Is that all?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, raise your right hand, Mr. Pineda. Do you need an interpreter, sir? No, it has to be a court interpreter. Un momento, señor, okay? Español?
Español.
Okay, he needs to have a seat. We need to get our court interpreter. It can't.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Is there one in the building?
Yes, for the future, you have to request it, but we'll try to get her.
Yes, ma'am. Apologize for that.
That's okay. Go ahead and have a seat. Is this your only case, Mr. Ballack?
I have two, and they both need translated.
Okay, all right, thank you. Mr. Madden?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
John Madden here on behalf of Clay Henson.
Yes.
We have had an order appointing Dr. McDonald to do an evaluation of him. We have not received that report from her as of yet, so I need to follow up on that and see where we're at in the process.
Mr. Henson is with us today as an inmate. You want to bring him out or just have that conversation?
I think I'll just have that conversation with him.
Okay. So
Can
can
I-
we put him in the attorney-client room?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Officially, I'm going to go to 4:15 on both of his cases, but if you'll talk to him.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Okay,
Thank you very much, Judge.
thank you. Mr. LaPella?
Good morning, Judge. Sean LaPella for the record. I want to go out of order, if I could, starting with Stephen Moncada, Martinez Moncada. Judge, we're requesting a continuance in that matter. We want to get his driver's license issue squared away, and it's a financial concern there. So we just need a little more time. It is going to be a plea, we anticipate pretty strongly.
So you want the full 4:15?
Can I
Yeah,
have that?
okay. Yeah, of course, 4:15.
What number was that on the docket? I apologize.
24 on mine.
The next matter I have is Carter McCain, and my clients are not present, do have waivers today. We're trying to negotiate with the state on that matter. We're trying to get it to some type of diversion, so we'd request a continuance to the next docket.
That's super old, though.
Okay. Well,
So-
can we set it for docket day?
Yeah, let's go 325. I'll do it without,
Okay.
because I know I'm kind of springing that on you, but I'm instilling a sense of urgency.
Understood. That's fair. And Judge, the next case I have is Hope Riveros Lopez. And that's a case, Judge, that it's kind of a unique case, and we're trying to get some divorce records and other things to try to figure out what exactly the theory of the case is in terms of prosecution. We don't have an offer in that case yet either. I think the state's still trying to figure it out as well. So we'd ask to continue this one cycle.
No objection, Your Honor, that is correct. This is a little bit of a interesting case for sure.
It's my favorite kind, 4:15.
I start to tire of the interesting cases after a while. There's just a lot more work. You have to learn new things.
I know, that's the fun part.
And the next case I have is Rafael Santiago. And Judge, that's a case where we've identified an issue that we're going to need to set, or file a motion to suppress on.
Okay,
And he's also Dominican, so it's a little complicated getting all the communications figured out. But we'd like to continue that one cycle to get that filed.
4:15?
And the next matter I have is Ralph Stanford. We can set him for docket day without subpoenas. We anticipate being able to resolve that with a plea.
So 325 without?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Okay,
And then the second to last case I have is Killian Thomas Curry. We'd like to set that for docket day as well. Anticipate a plea on the docket day. 325.
325 without.
And then the last case I have is Ryan Lemons. Mr. Lemons? He might be next door. The reason I asked him to be here is because we filed a motion to modify bond in his case.
Well, you should be here for that.
So can I go see if he's next door,
course.
Judge? All right. And I'll be back in a moment. Thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Catalanic?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Hi.
I'm going to take just a 2-second recess, okay? So y'all get everything signed up there.
All rise, please.
I'll give it to her. That's really great.
Judge, I do believe I sent the plea over in the last minute, right there.
Okay.
That's a plea, an extension. Your Honor, I just wanted to make a comment on this case. He's born in Ukraine. He's getting deported. He
Okay.
has to leave. And
Okay.
he's going to be on probation. I would just like to make a comment about that to probation. He's going to be leaving probably within the next, he was just waiting for this case to be over.
Yeah.
He got his papers that he needs to go back to the Ukraine.
It's a DUI. The statute requires mandatory probation. I understand that
Yes,
it
yes, Your Honor.
is going to be. That is what the statute requires.
I just wanted to make a comment, Your Honor, because just in case a VOP comes up for failure to maintain contact, obviously, I don't think he's going to have contact with probation after a month. I'm going to make sure he contacts probation today.
What I would recommend is that he get started as soon as possible.
Yes, Your Honor.
I know nothing about technology from one country to another, but I do know that there is call-in report and probation, so if it's possible, I just need him to make the effort.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
then probation, we can talk about that later, but his last name is Tataryn.
And he can't speak a word of English, Your Honor. I've been
Well, that's
communicating
also
with it.
helpful.
I've been communicating with his daughter.
Okay. I mean, we'll do the best we can.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
The next case that I have, Your Honor, is Irina Postolati,
With the
Postolatti, 26 CT 212.
Okay?
Your Honor, if we can get a continuance on that case, it's a brand-new case, but Your Honor, can we leave this one set, actually, without subpoenas?
Yeah.
I think I might be able to close this one.
325 without?
Okay. That's not me. The next case that I have, Your Honor, if I may, is Amanda Love Burkett. And Your Honor, I sent her a DPA with a plea attached to it.
Perfect.
And I have not received it back from her. She was in communication with me constantly up until the last 48 hours. So if we can leave this one set without subpoenas, I'm going to get that in. I should.
Okay, 325 without.
Thank you, Your Honor. The next case that I have is George Mallow, M-A-L-L-O, 25 CT 2276. Not asking for a continuance, Your Honor. I think if we can just leave this one set without subpoenas.
325 without.
Yes, Your Honor. The next case that I have, Your Honor, is Neil Williams,
Okay,
25 CT 2437. If we could leave this one set without subpoenas, I think we're gonna get this one closed.
I like it, Mr. Catalytic. All right, 325 without.
Yes, Your Honor. The last case that I have is Benjamin Presley, P-R-E-S-S-L-E-Y, 25 CT 2440 and 25 CT 2439. Your Honor, I would like to get a continuance on this one, if I may. It's not an old case. He had arraignment in January 13th.
You're good. 415.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think that's all I have.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Madam Interpreter, you ready on with Mr. Balik's case? Mr. Pineda?
Morning again, Your Honor.
Good morning.
This is Mr. Jorge Pineda, 26 CT 256. Due to enter a plea, no contest, in agreement with the state, will be adjudicated guilty and be responsible for $300 in court costs.
Okay. Is that state's agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the parties stipulate to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Put your hand up. Tell me your name and date of birth.
Jorge Antonio Pineda, del 08 del 1978.
Jorge Antonio Pineda, August 1978.
August 19th, is that correct?
Es 8 del 10 del 78.
Oh, it's
October 8th? Okay.
el 8 de octubre?
Sí.
Yes,
Yes.
October
Okay.
8th, 1978.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Do you understand that by entering this plea, you give up your right to a trial where the state would have to prove that you were guilty?
Yes.
And if for any reason you are in the country illegally, any plea could affect your immigration status to include deportation.
Okay.
I will accept your plea of no contest as freely and voluntarily entered. I will adjudicate you guilty and give you 90 days to pay $300 in cost. The deputy will need to take your fingerprints, and then they will give you a pay slip, which you can take to the clerk's office to pay the court costs.
Okay.
Okay? Gracias, señor.
Your Honor, the next one I have is Laura Ledesma.
Ms. Ledesma?
25 CT 2149. I believe we've continued this a couple times, Your Honor. We've been working with the state to try to get a resolution that does not include jail time. However, the state's made it clear that it's mandatory due to the nature of the charges and the amount of times to have these charges. We've been given two options of whether to put her on probation, do weekends, or 10 days straight. I've explained that to the defendant.
Ms. Ledesma? Do we know which one she wants to do?
I don't think she wants to do either one. but-
Ms. Ledesma, you're charged with driving without a valid license. Unfortunately, because you have multiple priors, the statute requires mandatory jail time. There's nothing your attorney or the state or I can do to work around that. So you have two options if you wish to plead no contest. Is it 10 days? You could do 10 days in jail straight and get it over with. Or the state is offering you 6 months of probation, and then you can break up the jail time and do it in 2-day increments. So you will have to go in jail 5 separate times, but only for 2 days at a time.
So would that be like on the weekends, like both days?
Yes, but what I need you to understand is for some people, the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, are working days. So if it's more convenient for your schedule to go into jail Monday, Tuesday, you can break up those days for whatever is best for you.
Oh, so I can choose the days that I want to do?
Correct.
Así es.
But it has to be 2 days at a time.
Okay, I work from Monday through Saturday.
Well, so it would have to be 2 days at a time, so you would have to,
So the weekends?
okay, so you could spend Saturday and Sunday in jail?
Yes, I would do that.
Okay, so would you like to accept the state's offer with the probation?
So what is that, the probation, what was that?
It means you have 6 months where you have to check in with probation, and then in that 6 months, complete those 10 days in jail, and pay court costs in the amount of $300.
Usted tendría que presentar su comprobación 6 meses, y entre esos 6 meses, revisos de legal, 6 meses de pago, 799.
We're going to accept the probation offer, Your Honor.
Okay. Ma'am, please raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You can put your hand down. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Laura Janet Ledesma, 9 de junio de 1983.
Laura Jeanette Ledesma, June 9, 1983?
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Do you understand, by entering this plea, you give up your right to a trial where the state would have to prove that you were guilty? Yes?
Yes.
And if for any reason you are in the country illegally, any plea could affect your immigration status to include deportation. Okay? Do the parties stipulate to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Ma'am, I will accept your plea of no contest as freely and voluntarily entered. I will adjudicate you guilty and place you on probation for 6 months. During that time, you must serve 10 days in the county jail. You will receive credit for any days you've already served, and the jail time may be served on the weekends. Probation can explain that in more detail to you. Additionally, you must pay $300 in court costs. And when these terms are completed, your probation may terminate. So the deputy will need to take your fingerprints, and then if Madam Interpreter will stay with you, and you can meet with probation to get started. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is that all you have, sir?
That is.
All right, thank you so much. Mr. Switek, you too, sir.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
I'm Eric Sawyer, Eric with C25CT2124.
Okay.
We have outstanding discovery. Received the videos in the case.
Okay.
But none of the narrative, testing results, something like that. Also, the state filed a notice of intent to rely on certified records. We got the notice, but we haven't received the certified records.
Okay. So 4:15?
That'll be fine, Judge.
Okay. What else you got?
That's all.
Have a nice day.
You too, Your Honor.
Mr. Yellen, are you there with us, sir? No, must be another court. Mr. Heath?
Thank you, Judge. May I approach for a moment? Proceed on behalf of Alana Yeager, that's Y-A-E-G-E-R. She has 3 cases, 25 CT 1969, 25 CT 1970, and 25 CT 1971. Your Honor, I can allege to the court that we have come to a plea agreement on this. However, it does require 10 days jail. That being said, I need to get my client in here to coordinate that jail time. She's a single mother, and that's why. I've spoken with the state, and I believe they had, not speaking for them, they don't object, but they have a date very soon that we can get her in.
325, Your Honor, I believe, without.
Is that what we talked about?
Yes.
Yeah. If we can move it to that date, just so I can get her in here live and in person to enter it, Judge. I don't want to do a PIA or anything with that jail issue.
No, I get it.
floating around.
Yep.
So if the court's so inclined, I'd like that date.
325 with that.
That's the only case I have, case is before the court this morning. Excuse, Judge.
You may.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. LaPella?
The client was just sitting outside the courtroom
Morning.
this morning. This is Ryan Lemons before the court. He's present for pretrial and for a motion to modify his bond. We're asking the court to continue the case to the 4/15 date, if the state has no objection.
Okay. Any objection from the state?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, so as far as the case itself, it'll be continued to 4/15.
Thank you, Judge. Does the court have a copy of my motion? Okay.
You have a scram monitor on now, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and it's the ankle monitor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My question is, can you have the ankle monitor? You know, when they pull in and take a picture. Because it's pre-trial, right? Okay. I got you. I was thinking. I got you. So, let me just clue everybody in what I'm asking. I know there's an alternative to the ankle monitor where it's like a handheld, it'll be, I don't know if it has the same issues. I'm trying to figure that out.
I know that, I did some research, Judge, and I didn't cite it in the motion, but I referenced it in the motion from the SCRAM monitor database that's online.
Yeah.
It talks about it. I know there's issues regarding reception, being able to have like either cell towers or internet connectivity. If it goes off the grid, so to speak, after about 10 to 12 miles offshore, it could register as a warning or some kind of disconnection there. So I know that's an issue to be concerned about. This is the first client I've ever had that's an offshore boat captain that he does for a living.
How'd you
and had
avoid
this
that all this time?
particular. Well, I mean, not in this, who's have to deal with the SCRAM issue. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
No,
It's not my first boat captain client, but I know that the court did order random breath testing in this matter. We could possibly set it as a minimum, like that he would have to be subject to that at a minimum of a certain amount per month or something.
What was the state's position?
Your Honor, the state would object. This is potentially a third in 10, so we're looking at reviewing this for felony court. He's also got a prior refusal, so the state would have to object.
I have to say, when I first saw Mr. Lemons on my docket, I thought, is that case still pending? But it looks like this is a new one. Are there any other cases pending? Or are you on probation?
Okay. The resisting arrest case keeps showing up as a pending case because they haven't done something properly. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I believe something showed up that there was an actual DWI or whatever was showing up as two different cases as well.
Okay.
And it was not good.
I did notice an error I made on the motion, Judge. I didn't reference the DUI case number, which is 26 CT 354. The 275 case number is actually the refusal, which were separated out. They're charged separately, or docketed separately. And I don't have an objection if we needed to consolidate those.
I mean, I'm going to be real honest. I'm surprised you're able to use your captain's license with this many DUIs. But you are still running charters
Yes, sir.
at the moment? I just can't with a third within 10 and multiple refusals. I'm sorry, I know that's going to affect the charters, but I can't at this time modify that, change that restriction. So the motion's respectfully denied.
There are options to where.
Hold on. Judge, the only concern I have is, and I appreciate the court's ruling, I just want to make sure that if he continues with his line of work and there's an issue with the monitor in terms of like connectivity or something like that.
Keep your hands out of your pockets for us.
Or if it gets wet, we get an error message from that and he can't avoid it and it's not willful or intentional on his
I
part.
guess we'll deal with that when it comes, but
Okay.
Mr. LaPella, if you can, probation uses, I don't know if pretrial does, handheld scrams. You know what I'm talking about?
I do not, but.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you about it. It's the same idea, it's just not attached.
Mhm.
So as a boat captain, it's something that he could keep like in a Ziploc or under the vessel, whatever, which would help with that concern you raised in your motion. If you find for me that that's an option, I will modify it to that kind of scram so it makes it more doable, I guess would be the word.
Okay.
But at this point, I do think it's a necessary requirement.
Could we ask the court to deny the motion in part and grant it in part if it's allowed by pretrial to transfer him to a handheld device, if they allow that?
How about I do this? I'll take it under advisement.
Okay.
I just think that's a little bit cleaner. And then if you get something back to me, let me know.
I will.
We gotta stop this.
I'll talk to you. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
That's
And
all
so
I have.
4:15.
Very good.
Mr. Yellen, did you ever come back? Oh, Howard, you're killing me.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Hi.
Did you call me? I'm sorry, if you called me before, I may have been on another hearing and missed it.
I figured.
coincidentally.
No, that's what I figured. Okay, what you got?
I have David Swank.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what the process is, but he's advised me that he's going to agree to have it switched over to Veterans Court. I think last time he told me that's still handled through you, but I'm not sure what the process is to change it.
Who advised you at switching to Veterans Court?
No, he advised me that he wants to do that. He met with Ms. White and it was agreeing to all the requirements in terms of that program.
Have you negotiated that with the state? Because ultimately, I think it's their call still. So I'm always open to considering people for vet court, but you do need to speak with the state attorneys first and make sure they're agreeable to that. I'm not sure that they are.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure what the process is, but he just informed me of this yesterday.
Okay.
So
I'll go to 4:15, reach out to Ms. Gearing and see if this is a potential option for vet court. And if that's the case, then my vet court date is March 26th. We do staffings at 9 o'clock, so you're welcome to Zoom in for that and have the discussion with the vet court team as well, if the state has already agreed.
Okay. All right, so we'll check into that, and if they do agree, are you saying I just log in on the 26th for vet court? Is it the same Zoom information?
Same Zoom information, log in on that day. He won't necessarily enter a plea into vet court that day, but you'll become more educated on that process, and we can make sure he's on their radar.
Okay, and that's only if the state agrees?
Correct. And I can tell you right
All right,
now, let me just tell you right now, they're gonna be looking for a substance issue prior to, or service-related issue prior to the date of this offense. So any treatment records or any concerns he had before December of last year, I have a feeling they're gonna ask you for that.
Okay. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Ramey?
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Judge, I have State versus Caleb Swank, 26-144 CT. We received discovery, except for a urine test report.
Okay.
Once we have that, I'll be able to go, or talk with my client about where we need to go. If we can put it on your 4:15 docket, hopefully we'll have that by then and get a position to resolve the case.
Sounds good. I'll see you 4:15.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good to see you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mr. Garrett?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Noakes?
Figure something out, Your Honor.
Judge, I've got Wangering, Wanger, Brandon. The state, I've asked the state to consider doing a reckless on this case, and I haven't heard back from them.
I apologize, Mr. Nobes, I didn't get back to you on that yet. So excited. State will not offer a reckless this time.
I'm sorry?
Will not offer a reckless at
Okay,
this
so
time.
let me have another pretrial, and I'll talk to my client and decide what we're gonna do, Judge.
All right, we'll tell him that'll be his last pretrial, just because that makes it 8 months old.
Well, Judge, I get that.
Okay,
Yep. What's the new date?
4:15.
Tax day. And then Dalton Welty. That's a fairly new case, Judge. I was gonna ask to continue it.
4:15.
And then, Judge, the other case that I'm covering is for Adrian
Emerson?
Middleton, 25 MM 2198, and it's Timothy Nobles. Judge, Mr. Nobles is present. If the state and I can approach, Your Honor.
Morning. Sure.
So what I told her is,
You gotta talk to the judge about that one.
Judge, so I told Mr. Nobles what the plan is, or what the next step's gonna be. Having said that, I'll let Mr. Middleton know that he needs to be here on 4/15, and that's when you're gonna continue it to. Would you let him appear via Zoom? I know he may ask.
Where is he?
Tallahassee.
No.
Tallahassee.
So unfortunately, so the short answer is yes, he can appear by Zoom. No, you can't approach, but you are represented, so everything needs to come through the attorney.
I don't know how to say this, but I don't know, I'm not used to this, so I want to dismiss him from my case.
Did you hire him?
I hired him and I don't want to use him anymore.
Well then, so what you can do is you can fire an attorney anytime, that's completely up to you. That's a conversation you and him need to have outside of court. But whoever is gonna represent you needs to come back on April 15th. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
And if that is what happens, tell him to still appear by Zoom so I can put it on the record that that happened.
So, yeah, so, okay, so because I got something and I didn't understand it, so this whole thing is new to me.
Sure.
And I'm trying to figure out if I could talk to the state, because it might be so, it's such a little thing.
Sure.
And I have the stuff that appeared to her, and my understanding is they haven't even got this information yet. So we keep, for the last 8 months, we keep going on.
Yes,
and
we
on
do.
and on.
I agree.
And I can't talk to him, can't get a sign, I just get an email.
Why don't we do this? Let me,
I'm not dismissing from the case.
I understand, but that has to be between you and him. Since you personally hired him, that's a negotiation. Let me go to 325 without subpoenas. That way it'll all happen a little faster.
Okay. Thank you.
If you choose to relieve him from your case and that happens on the 25th, then you can speak to whoever you want. Well, you gotta talk to him, but yes. But then you can talk to whoever you want and/or hire somebody new. That'll be up to you, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
So tell him 325. All
Very good.
right, see you then.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
He still needs to be here, though, right?
325, correct.
Via Zoom's fine.
Via Zoom is fine.
Taylor Sharpless is the attorney on the case. Taylor Sharpless. Yes. Yeah. Have a good one.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Garrett?
Hey, good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Sir.
Good to go. Cool.
Sounds good.
Do it live. Your Honor, Chris Garrett for the record. Waivers on file for my clients today. First, I want to address Bernard Lefebvre, Lefebvre, 25 CT 1223 and 25 CT 1777. My notes and the clerk's minute sheet reflect that he was going to be set today for a plea to the bench, but it doesn't look like he made it on the docket. My notes said it was going to be 1:30 this afternoon, which I now can't make, but I have a
I have
deposition.
civil cases this afternoon.
Yeah, I just checked on the court clerk's website. I didn't see him on today at all.
What's that case number?
There are two of them, 25 CT 1223.
Definitely not today.
Miscellaneous date.
Can he come Monday? What are you showing me?
I just show miscellaneous date, like 316 but miscellaneous date, so I'm not sure about that.
Oh, we were supposed to do this on 316. Okay.
I don't have him on that either. So how about Monday, the 23rd,
Yes, Your Honor. What time would that be?
9?
He'll probably be available. I do need to speak with him. 3:23. I know he wants to get the case resolved. I guess if he's not available, would I be the only case on that day, or are there other attorneys who could maybe cover for me or something?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know how many cases are on that.
Well, Your Honor, I guess
I mean,
in
I
the
could always do it, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I could always do it 3:25 at the end of the docket. That's jury docket day?
Yes, Your Honor. I think that would work better.
Okay, yeah.
I'm probably going to set a couple of cases for pleas to the bench about aspects of the offers for 325, if that's okay.
As
None of
long
them-
as you are good going last. Because
Yes,
I'll
Your
get
Honor.
everybody
Oh, yeah,
else
absolutely, yeah.
okay.
My day, yeah. I've kept that one clean.
So Let's put Lefebvre, hopefully I said that right, on 325.
Yes. Is that with or without?
Without, right?
Yes, Your Honor, without.
Okay.
Okay. Then Chris Garrett on behalf of Ash Lewis, LEWIS, 26CT36. I believe it's a first or second time up for this client. We'd ask for a continuance to the April pretrial.
415.
Then Chris Garrett on behalf of Gabriel Lopez, 25MM2991. Your Honor, I do have a written plea agreement here. However, Mr. Lopez typed his signature and the initials. So we can leave that set for 325. I'm sure we'll get that resolved.
Gabriel, 325 without.
Then Chris Garrett on behalf of, excuse me, Courtney Lucky, 25CT1778. Your Honor, I've been anticipating filing a motion in limine in this case to exclude the field sobriety exercises for some time. I was waiting on medical documentation from Mr. Lucky that I've now received. I anticipate having the motion in limine filed by the end of the week or early next week. If we could have him set for 415, I anticipate final continuance.
415.
Then Chris Garrett on behalf of Joseph Merrill, MERRELL, 25CT1955. The state had given us an amended offer, and he was actually in court to enter a plea today. However, there was one last detail we needed to work out about the scram. If we could leave him set for 325 without, we might end up entering a plea to the bench about the scram.
Okay, 325 without.
Then Chris Garrett on behalf of Blanca Nagiran Rivas, 25CT2375.
Okay.
I believe it's the second time up for this client. We'd ask for a continuance to April 15th. Bianca? Or maybe,
It's like NY.
yeah, NYG or Y.
Blanc,
Really risky word to try to pronounce.
Is that 415?
415.
Yes, please.
Oh, thank you. I apologize, Chris. You go so fast.
No,
We're like pregnant.
We're doing it. Chris Garrett on behalf of Jacques Pierre, 25CT1711, asking for a continuance to April 15th, almost certainly final continuance.
415.
Chris Garrett on behalf of Douglas Poma, POMA, 25CT2391. He's still trying to get his driver's license back. We'd ask for a continuance to April 15th.
How's that going?
It seems to be going pretty well. I think he has had a lot of stuff to do because he has to deal with, I think it was Michigan. So, you know,
Okay.
it's one of those kind of things.
So we're getting somewhere.
I think we're getting somewhere. I do.
Good. Caleb Potter?
25MM2812. Your Honor announced a final continuance last cycle. I'm intending to set her for jury review docket day for a plea to the bench about the withhold versus an adjudication,
Okay.
unless we can work something out.
325 without.
Chris Garrett on behalf of Jake Purvis, PURBIS. I believe it's the second time up for this client. We'd ask for a continuance to April 15.
415.
For the record on that one, Your Honor, Mr. Garrett, I don't know if you'll have any objection. I would doubt it, but do we want to consolidate 25CT00032 and 25, or 26CT449? It looks like they're the same incident. It's a refusal and a DUI.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Which way should we go, Madam Clerk?
We can go into the lowest case ever, because
Okay.
they're both DUIs.
So 26CT49 will be merged into 26CT32.
Okay. Then Chris Garrett on behalf of Daniel Reinhardt, 25CT1783. I'll have the motion to suppress the breath test filed by the end of the week. If we could have a continuance to April 15th.
415.
Chris Garrett on behalf of James Reyes, REYES, requesting a continuance to pretrial to review discovery with Mr. Reyes.
415.
Chris Garrett on behalf of Antonio Guzman Rodriguez, 26CT96, asking for a continuance to April 15th.
Okay, April 15th.
Chris Garrett on behalf of Kennedy Sanchez Werner, second time up for this client, we'd ask for a continuance to April 15th.
415.
Chris Garrett on behalf of Devin Scholes, 25CT1555. Are you able to reckless in this case? You said it. Okay, all right. Thank you. Can we leave him set for 325? I anticipate resolution. The state's willing to offer a reckless.
325 without.
Chris Garrett on behalf of Jennifer Smith, 25 MM2834. Your Honor, I filed a motion to dismiss, the state filed a traverse, and then I filed a motion to strike the traverse yesterday. It's also asking for a hearing on the demur, so I didn't know if Your Honor wanted to review it first, and then we could set up for a hearing if we need to, or?
Did you file that, you said you filed your response yesterday?
It should have been filed yesterday, yeah.
Okay, so I'll take a look at that when I get back to the office, and then have Sherry email you if we need to set it for you.
Okay. Should we leave her set for 325 without, or do a full continuance?
Let's get 325 of that.
Thank you, Your Honor. Chris Garrett on behalf of John Smith, 25 CT1528. If we could leave him set for 325, I anticipate a resolution.
325 out.
Chris Garrett on behalf of Stephen Street, 25 CT2328. Is this the one you emailed me and asked why I was asking for a reference? Or did you agree to a reference?
Do it.
Did you?
So I don't get this thing.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Okay. Your Honor, can we leave Stephen Street set for 325 for status? I want to make sure I'm thinking about the right case here.
Yep, 325 without.
Chris Garrett on behalf of Michael Spoliantopoulos, 25 CT1741. Two things, Your Honor. One, my understanding is he has been found to be a good candidate for Veterans Court. I have asked Mr. Snell and a succession of prosecutors whether this case should be part of the felony. It's all kind of part of an ongoing event. I'd also asked Mr. Snell whether he intended to let both the DUI and the leaving the scene of the accident into Veterans Court, or just one or the other. I haven't received a response yet.
Do you want to put it on the vet court docket?
Can we go ahead and put him on the vet court docket?
So go to 326, the vet court docket.
Oh, let's not.
Okay, thank you.
I'll send him a text.
Cool. And I'm assuming he needs to be present on 326?
Yes, unless you find out he's not
Okay.
going to come in, and then you can just tell me to put it back on this.
Chris Garrett on behalf of Simon Tarrant, 26 CT161. I believe it's the first time up for this client. We'd ask for a continuance to April 15.
415.
Chris Garrett on behalf of Olivia Tarver, 25 CT1865. She was being evaluated for Veterans Court. She's apparently not a good candidate. Her father has some very serious medical issues. I think he's probably going to pass away, so she's in Arkansas right now. We'd ask for a continuance to April 15th.
415.
Chris Garrett on behalf of James Taylor, 25 CT1985, asking for a continuance to 415, but I do anticipate this being the final continuance.
So do I.
Thank you, Your Honor. Chris Garrett on behalf of Kelsey White, 25 CT1321. Your Honor said final continuance last cycle. I anticipate a resolution on March 25th.
I'm sorry, tell me that last one again.
It's Kelsey White.
Thank you. You anticipate a resolution on March 25th, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
March 25th.
The state agreed to stipulate to another appointment by, yes.
Yes. Okay, March 25th without.
And then finally, Chris Garrett on behalf of Justin Wiley, 25 CT809. If we could leave him set for 325, this had been continued for him to try to complete DUI school, but either way, Your Honor said final continuance, so we'll get it resolved on the 25th.
Yeah, way fine. Okay, 325 without.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe that's all I have.
Yes.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
So, Madam Clerk, can you talk to me about Brian Yanni with Jillian?
Yeah.
Golden Hagen?
Yeah.
Your Honor, Mr. Yanni's case, I don't know how to say it. There was a written plea agreement signed by Your Honor, and I do believe it addressed, I believe the case number written on the written plea was for the DUI, which is 25 CT 2226, and it did address the TR, which is
25 TR 10958.
yes, and the refusal to consolidate them all into that written plea.
When was it filed? Because I'm not showing it. It was just recent.
On Monday.
So, real quick, you're consolidating, you're asking me to consolidate 24 into 26?
Let me triple check.
All right.
Yes, 24 into 26 along with the TR, and that was signed by Your Honor on 3/16.
So you're merging and dismissing the TR.
Okay, hold on. First, the court is going to consolidate 25 CT 2224 into 25 CT 2226. A written plea agreement was filed in 2226 on Monday, March 16th, and the court will merge and dismiss 25 TR 10958 with the plea in 25 CT 2226.
Thank you.
Are you showing that for you? Do you see
Yeah, I
it?
don't see the plea agreement, but I'll be on the lookout.
It's weird if I sign stuff on Monday. Rontavious Thomas, it looks like he, ma'am? Yeah, he filed a motion to quash something. And he was supposed, oh, here, to quash a capias and reinstate to the active docket. It looks like a failure to appear was, he failed to appear for a jury-free trial on July 12, 2023. It was not willful. Case has remained inactive for an extended period since the issuance of that capias. Unfortunately, Mr. Thomas has also failed to appear today on his motion, so yeah, the motion to quash will be denied. I will note that Mr. Thomas asked to appear via Zoom. That Zoom link was provided by my office, and the Zoom has been up since 9 a.m. It's now almost 10:30, and he's not here. So that will be denied, and it can just remain in active status. How about Andy Sordo with Adrian Emerson?
I've emailed back and forth with Ms. Emerson, Your Honor, and offered a DPA. I don't know why she is not here. I have not heard from her since. I can shoot her an email really quickly.
So I'll go to 325 without subpoenas. If you can let her know that she missed court today.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
Also, Edgardo Regaldo Arazo, also with Ms. Emerson, 325 without.
Is it Regal?
R-E-G-A-L.
I have to go through the alphabet every time. Okay. Email Ms. Emerson.
You got that one? You see it? Okay. Dylan McDonald. He's a pro se.
Yeah, I see pro se. I have no information, Your Honor.
Dylan will get a capias, hold till first appearance. And Daniela Lopez with Robert Solid.
I have no information, Your Honor.
Anything, Madam Clerk? He filed a motion to continue?
Well, I mean, that was what got set on, how it got set on. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm
Hello,
sorry, we'll be
sir.
out of town, previously paid vacation from the 13th through the 21st.
Of March?
So, yes.
So 4/15. Hi, what's your name, sir?
Randall Kimmons?
Kimmons with a K?
Yes, ma'am.
I think you might be in, yeah. Mr. Kimmons, I think you might be in the wrong courtroom. Should read him?
I'm sorry, I'm late out here, shy guy, I ran out.
You're good, you're good. Deep breath. We're gonna figure out what courtroom you're supposed to be
Thank
in.
you, and I apologize about that.
No, I appreciate the effort. So,
I've been on the phone with public defenders since, Mr. Aiden was my attorney, and Trinus was supposed to be here to represent me, and I called my dad's 87 years old, and I couldn't get the car cranked, and I hitchhiked and jogged a nice little blue order, got in Range Road, caught a ride for
Yes,
about
he's
half
on
mile.
Judge Reed's docket.
what
And
court?
I have tried and tried.
be right next door.
Okay, you are just one courtroom over.
Okay.
1B, just one over
All
there.
right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Anything else, Madam Clerk?
I have Lester and Stutzman. Lester with John Teresa.
Lester was continued to 4:15. And then what was the other one?
Oh, I think that was what I was looking for. Never mind. Stutzman. I wrote it as Stuman. That was the other attorney that said 4:15, correct? Brendan Stutzman.
Is that the defendant thing?
Yes.
That name does not ring any bells. Oh, yes, 4:15 with Mr. Wibbs.
Yes. Okay, that's all I have.
Okay.
Do you have one, few for you to sign?
Yep. All right, with that, court will be adjourned.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Miriam.
Sure. Andrew, just making sure I have everything.